ranchers had a lot to say at the Vegreville Bill 6 information session, and the Rebel was there to hear all of it. Bill 6 is the NDP's farm unionization bill that seeks to put urban white-collar office worker rules on Alberta farms and ranches. I guess we'll have to teach the chickens how to use the punch clock and elect a shop steward for the cows now. And on Tuesday, Jobs Minister Sigurdson and Minister of Economic Development and Trade Deron Bilous tried to explain to 500 Eastern Alberta farmers that Bill 6 was good for them, and the farmers were having none of it. Local NDP MLA Jessica Littlewood was also in attendance. Now, in full disclosure, this is my riding. The ministers came to dismiss the concerns of the people in my community. That's infuriating. Just listen to some of the questions and comments the ministers faced here.
You have been in government long enough to draft Bill 6 and ram it through 2 readings. Please give me one example of a concrete step you have taken in the same time to address the WCB situation, and if none, why are you forcing another 60,000 people into the system before you fix it?
How can you tell people that are 91 years old, that are still farming, that an OHS rep my age can come tell them how to do their job?
Why don't you discuss it with the farmers first and take their opinions? Don't go like you did with the grains organization, said we consulted with them. BS.
One woman told the tragic story of how she lost her little boy in a farming accident, and she doesn't want this legislation. Here.
I was at home with 2 other little kids. I ended up having to take my dying son on my lap as I drove to the hospital, our nearest hospital, with a 6-year-old and an 8-year-old as well. And then 2 years ago we had a fire, and we fought it ourselves as long as we could, and then we called the fire department, which was volunteer fire department. Now, if you guys are interested in health and safety, why aren't you helping us to empower our own communities by getting behind the systems that are already in place for ambulance and fire?
The Hutterites from colonies all over eastern Alberta came to reject the faith-based exemption they were given by the NDP government in Bill 6. They said it isn't fair. Listen.
Hutterites have a special interest in how this proposed bill was introduced. Well, my friends, we did not ask for exemption.
As one voice, we stand alone, but together we can stand united against the evil of the NDP government. And let's not.
At one point, Deron Bilous said they have to pass the bill for us to find out what's in the bill.
Sir, with all due respect, we can't carve exemptions before legislation is passed.
Isn't that what they said about Obamacare? Look how great that turned out. One young farm woman exposed the NDP for not having read the legislation surrounding WCB. Here.
Have any of you read the Occupational Health and Safety Code 2009? I'm assuming that the answer is no. Well, that document is 568 pages long.
I have it right here.
Yeah, it's a very, very long document. And for you to be imposing this document onto us, or this code onto us, without even first looking at the code and finding out exactly what's in that code, is absolutely ludicrous.
At one point, we watched local NDP MLA Jessica Littlewood defy the will of her constituents and put her party over the people she's paid to represent when she admitted she will support Bill 6. Here.
I absolutely support the spirit of the bill. I think that it's the right thing to do to protect unpaid farmers.
Now, what a shameful display by Littlewood. People around here won't forget that. I'm sure the residents of many rural ridings represented by these NDP talking points robots feel the same way I do. They sealed their fate as one-term wonders. And even though Thursday morning, Bill 6 was rammed through 3rd reading, the farmers vow to carry on with their rolling protests and town halls. For TheRebel.media, I'm Sheila Gunn Reid.